Hey guys, Bird Yugioh here, coming at you with another deck profile. This time I'm doing a updated slash different version of Nekroz. I actually have a Gale Dogra, Christia, Cyber Engine Ben 10 Nekroz deck that I posted a month or two ago, I think. So you can check that out if you want that version. This is just another version that you can play. I'll show you some of the cards in it. As usual, if you guys like this kind of stuff, deck profiles and test hands and whatnot, go ahead and subscribe. I got tons of content coming up, especially with the new ban list and Master Rule 5 and everything. So let's get into this one. Starting off with one of the better cards in the deck, just because it gets you to anything. Basically any of your Nekroz monsters. You just... all of the Nekroz ritual cards have two effects. They got an effect in hand, usually like discarding or something for an effect. Then they also have an effect when they're on the field, like a monster effect. So Brionac, you can discard him and you add any Nekroz monster from your deck to your hand. Does not even have to be a ritual one, so you can add, Shurit even if you wanted to. And then his monster effect, when he's on the field, you can target up to 2 face-up monsters on the field that were special summoned from the extra deck and shuffle them into the deck. So obviously that's pretty good for going second. Or just for getting a body on board is sometimes nice. Play 3 of him for sure. Play 2 Nekroz of Trishula. His in the hand effect is when a card or effect is activated that targets a Nekroz monster you control. And it's a quick effect. You can discard this card and negate the activation. So good protection there. But a lot of times what you're going to be using him for is to summon him going second again. When this card is ritual summon, you can banish exactly 3 of your opponent's cards. 1 from their hand, field, and graveyard. So very good at just removing stuff. And then we got Nekroz of Valkyris. He's another one with high attack, 2900. His in the hand effect is when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can banish 1 Nekroz card from your graveyard, discard this card, and then you negate the attack and end the battle phase. So it's good protection, from your monsters getting attacked and destroyed, and then his on the field effect, which comes up surprisingly a lot, because you can use it going first or second. But during your main phase, you contribute up to 2 monsters from your hand and or field, and if you do, you draw the same number of cards you tributed. So it's a good way of fixing your hand and just, getting some more draw power, basically. Play 2 Colossalus. His effect is you discard him, and you can add 1 Nekroz spell or trap from your deck to your hand. So he's going to search any of your ritual spells, basically. Which is really good, and I used to play him at 3 back before Brionac came off the list, but now that you can easily search him off of Brionac, you do only need 2, but he does also have a good on the field effect. During either player's turn, you can target 1 face-up monster on the field that was special summoned from the extra deck, and until the end of this turn, that monster's attack is 0, and its effects are negated, so pretty good. And then one of the best ones to have on the field, just kind of shut down your opponent, is Unicorn. His in the hand effect is you can discard this card, then target 1 Nekroz card in your graveyard, and add it to your hand. So it's a good way of recurring any of your Nekroz cards that are in the grave. But his on the field effect is you negate the effects of face up monsters in the field that were special summoned from the extra deck. So really, really good, and he's a level 4 as well. And then the last Nekroz ritual card I play is Decisive Armor. His in the hand effect is during either player's turn, you can discard this card, target 1 Nekroz monster you control, and it gains 1,000 attack and defense until the end of the turn. And then his on the field effect is you can target 1 set card your opponent controls, destroy it, and if you do, banish it. So that comes up every now and then. But normally he's just a big body on the board. Or just boosting the attack of some of your Nekroz monsters. And the last of the Nekroz monster cards that we play is play 2 Shurit. I think 2 is perfect. 3 would probably be too much, but you can ritual summon any of these guys and using him for the entire cost, because you have to attribute monsters equal to their levels normally, but he can be the whole entire cost for the ritual summon. And if he is tributed, you can add 1 warrior type Nekroz monster from your deck to your hand. So you're going to be searching, Colossalus, Trishula, or Brionac off of that. So very, very good. And we also play 3 Manju. He's one of your better normal summons. If you have, nothing else in hand and you just need to search out something, Manju's good. When he's normal summoned, you just add to your hand 1 ritual monster or ritual spell. So very good, just simple, level 4 as well. And then for the incantations, play 2 Chalice Lime. You just reveal this card in your hand, discard 1 card, and if you do, you just special summon any of your incantation cards. So basically, this allows you to search out anything. So very, very good. 2 Candle. You reveal this card, or reveal 1 ritual spell in your hand, and you special summon this card and another incantation from your deck. And if he is special summoned, either by another incantation or by Chalice Lime, you can add 1 ritual spell from your deck to your hand. And then Talismandra, you reveal a ritual monster from your hand, and then you special summon him and another incantation monster. And if he's special summoned, you add 1 ritual monster. So this adds ritual spells, ritual monsters from your deck to your hand. And then Pensaplume, you just reveal a ritual monster, and then when he is special summoned, you can target 1 ritual monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So recur some stuff from the graveyard. And then just 1 Bookstone. He is going to be same kind of thing. You reveal a ritual spell, and then when he's special summoned off of any of their effects, you can target 1 ritual spell in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So the main reason I play him at just 1 is mostly because of Preparation of Rites. This can also add a ritual spell from your graveyard to your hand, but it also searches you, a level 7 or lower ritual monster. So I've always felt that I would rather special summon most of these other ones over him. And also the Nekroz ritual cards can only be used once per turn, so you're not gaining as much advantage from him as you are with the other ones. So that's my reasoning for playing 1, but he is still very good. And then the last of the monsters, the way that makes this deck different from the Gale Dogger deck that I posted, is Zaborg. I decided to go this route. He got a reprint. He's very cheap. Let me move it up right there. Basically, ideally, you don't want to be normal summoning anything. You want to be special summoning, a couple incantations if you can, off of their own effects. And then you can tribute summon him, tributing 2 of those. And then his effect is you can target 1 monster on the field, destroy it. Then if it was a light monster, so you can use it on himself because he's a light monster. Both players send as many cards as possible from their extra deck to their graveyard. And then if this card was tribute summoned by tributing a light monster, then you can choose what cards your opponent sends to the graveyard. So online, playing this deck, I've found probably 50% of the time, people are not even playing, much in their extra deck that they even use. So this doesn't work as good, but against the meta, this is obviously going to hurt them a lot. And it also just, even if you tribute summon and leave it on the field, it's a good beater too. 2800 attack is not bad at all. But normally, like I said, you're going to want to be, tributing him and getting rid of extra deck monsters from your opponent's extra deck that you think might be important. So that's it for the monsters. It's the bulk of the deck because there's a lot of these that search and stuff like that. So that's it for the monster cards. The spells, one of the best ones is going to be Preparation of Rites. I mentioned it before. You add 1 level 7 or lower ritual monster. Then you can also add 1 ritual spell from your graveyard to your hand if you have one in there. So very, very good search power off of him. I played 2 Kaleidoscope. It's one of my favorite ones. I don't know why some people are even cutting this down to 1, because you can ritual summon using monsters from your extra deck, tributing them. So say you're summoning a level 8, you can send 2 heralds, and then you'll get off 2 searches off of that as well. So Kaleidoscope's really nice. And he just ritual summons from the hand. Nekroz Mirror. You're going to tribute monsters from your hand or field, and or banish Nekroz monsters from your graveyard. So that's why this one is different, but it's still really good. And then you ritual summon 1 from your hand. And then Nekroz Cycle, 2 of these. I like 2/2/2. I think that's perfect. You can ritual summon. You tribute monsters from your hand or field, and you ritual summon a Nekroz monster from your hand or graveyard. So this one can ritual summon, a monster that's in the graveyard too. So very, very good. And then 1 Inception, Incantation Inception. You can use this to ritual summon any ritual monster. And then it's saying you must also tribute incantation monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal or exceed. So you can go over with this one. It doesn't have to be exactly. And then it also has an effect in the graveyard. You can, if this card is in your graveyard, you can send one incantation from your hand or face up on the field, and then special summon 1 incantation from your deck. And then you add this card to your hand as well after that. So very good. We play 1 Reinforcement of the Army. That's mostly going to be searching out your Colossalus or your Shurit, which are very good ones. And then the last of the cards, just 1 Upstart Goblin. I figured just throw in some just generic draw power. That 1,000 life points is never going to hurt you. That extra card will help you almost all the time. So very, very good. And then for the extra deck, it's probably about half and half as far as cards you use, like for Kaleidoscope, and other cards that are just useful. So we play 3 Herald of the Arclight. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 ritual monster or 1 ritual spell from your deck to your hand. So very good search power. You're also going to be sending him a lot with Zaborg, because you'll send, say 8 from your extra deck to the graveyard, and then your opponent will send 8. And all the ones you send are going to be helping you out, basically. So 3 of him. 2 of the Elder Entity, because when he is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 card on the field and destroy it. So that comes up, especially going second, obviously, when you're using Zaborg, and you can send him. 1 Totally Awesome. If he's sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 water monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So basically any of your Nekroz monsters. And then the last one of the cards you send off of Zaborg usually that I play is Omega, because when he is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 other card in your graveyard and shuffle both of them into the deck. So it's your way of recurring some cards. So that's just 7. You could play another Elder Entity if you want to have another disruption there, or just any one of these that you're not using. Just send another one, because you want to do 8 normally. And then the level 4 or rank 4 that we play is Nyarla, because there's some cool stuff you can do with Nyarla, where you can somehow make it you're going to be attaching a herald to it. So when this card is XZ summoned, you can discard any number of cards. You increase his level. That doesn't matter too much. But while this card is XYZ materials, you can target 1 monster in your graveyard, detach it all. So say you have a couple of the heralds in the grave, and you made him, then you can detach and then attach a herald. And then when he's either sent from the field or when you detach, then you get another search off a Herald of the Arclight. So I like him a lot, just for more searching. This deck does that a lot, and it does it very well. And then Azathoth, just to kind of protect you, so you don't have to worry about hand traps and stuff like that. So very good. Frozen Lady Justice. This is a good way of, going to Nyarla, attach a Herald, make it Azathoth, and then you can make a Frozen Lady by detaching that Herald. So that's a way of detaching that one easily. And then you can easily just overlay that with a Gaia Dragon just to get some high attack on board. So I like all these cards kind of in combination to each other, because there's really not any other rank 4s that I really, desperately need for this deck, and you don't make them very often. And then the rest of these are just Kaleidoscope targets. Kanahawk is your 6, Leo's your 10, Elemental Hero Cosmo Neos is your 11, and then I just do a red Nova Dragon for my 12. But yeah, that's it for the deck, guys. Hope you liked it. If you did, go ahead and subscribe. I got plenty more, decks like this and just fun stuff coming up, especially when we hopefully get our new format coming up here soon. But yeah, that's the deck. A nice little Nekroz deck profile for you guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.